Peace, what's good, y'all? I'm in the process of tracking out the previous video that I did, the beat that I did. I'm tracking out the beat to the computer. And I just wanted to show y'all, I already tracked out several files. And I didn't really need to show y'all that, but I'm going to show y'all the remaining of the files. I got about another 5 more audio tracks that I need to track out. Now, here's what you need to do. I'm going to make this short and sweet as possible. The first thing you need to do is from your device, you take your MIDI out and your MIDI in and run that to the computer. If you have a MIDI interface, I'm not using my Mode 2 Microlight. I'm using a rolling USB MIDI interface UM1. This here has the 5-pin connector right here, the MIDI in and out, and it's running right into my computer. Okay? I'm tracking in the Ableton. Now what you need to do is, once you hook that up, for any device that you got, you go to your MIDI. You go to your MIDI in. I got on 1 and A. So you set your MIDI clock and you set your MMC on the in and out. All right. Once you do that, you come back to your DAWs. If you're using Ableton, you come in here. Okay. You come into your preference, right? And make sure your Ableton recognizes it, which is right there. You set them just like that. All right. Once you do that, you need to, let me go back into preference. This is a very important step that I want to show y'all. Most people, when they track into their system, they don't show you the results of how the track lines up. For an example, let me show you something. Most of the time, it don't hit on the 1. You stretch that out. That first one is perfect to me because that's where it's hitting. But how you correct that, like this one here, these ones right here, I need to probably set it over 1 more increment. But that's cool right there because some of these tracks, the hi-hats, I didn't hit them exactly on the 1. That kick is fine. That's hitting on the 1 to me. But let me just make sure because I gotta, okay, you see right there where it's slightly off a little bit? I readjusted something, so I'm gonna go back in. Some of them not actually hitting on the 1 because I didn't play that beat like them hi-hats on the 1. So let me show you what you gotta do. This is what you gotta do to get it to hit on 1. Now, most times you can just track in and shift that over, right? I got tired of doing that. So what I do now is, let me go ahead and set this up on the tripod so I can show you. All right, give me a second. What you need to do is, you need to come in. Normally, let me go ahead and create this audio track. Now, I'm on probably sequence number 6. So let me go ahead and copy this. Well, let me duplicate that. Now, this is what I do. I'll duplicate the track, kill that. It's already named, so I'm going to name this sequence 6. This will be sequence 6, right? And I know this is my change up. I'm just gonna say my second verse. This is gonna be my second verse right here. I gave the second verse a different flow to this track. All right, I got that name. Now you know you need to go in and make sure you have your record button on, which is on. Now, pay attention to this. Remember I told you when you track in, most people just go in, they shift it over. I don't do that anymore. I used to do that a lot. About last year, I figured it out. It took me a while, but I did it. Couldn't find no videos on how to get it right. So what I do is, I come up here to my preference, right? I go to my audio. I normally have my buffer size on 256 or 512, depending on how many plugins I'm using. And if I get that clipping sound, we all know about that clipping sound. I normally have it on that, right? So let's say I have it on 256, and I normally have my driver air compensation set to 2. That's by default when I load up. So when I'm tracking, I take this down to the lowest buffer speed, and then I start moving up. My number is 4, but I think I'm going to take it down to 3. Now I'm going to leave it on 4 because all the rest of the tracks is tracked in. It's a tiny bit off. That's fine for me. All I'm going to do is just go ahead and shift all the tracks on over. But what you do is, if you don't want to go through that process, excuse me, if you don't want to go through that process, all you got to do, I'm going to set this to my default setting, right? 512, and this normally be on 2. Let me show you what it does when I track in. When I track in, let me hear it up. That's the next sequence I'm tracking in. When it tracks in, watch where it hit at. All right, let me stop that. Let me size it out. All right. So I got a little bit more. You see right there? It ain't hitting that. It ain't hitting on that thing, on the one right there. You see that, right? Now watch what I do to make that hit on that one. I'm gonna delete that. You see that file right there? Let me make sure y'all can see on the camera. Let me bring that in a little closer to you for you. All right. I'm just gonna go ahead and make another audio track just to show you. Now watch this wave right here. Let me bring it in a little bit tighter. All right, I wanted to hit about right here. I want this to come over. See if I can get a little bit more tighter. All right, you see that little space right there? All right, I'm going to go in. Let me just go ahead and copy this. And let's just say, I got to remember this is sequence. That's my 6. Let me go ahead and copy this. Let me duplicate that. Get rid of this. And we're going to name this Test 1. All right? All right. Now watch this. You go into your DAW. All of them the same. Go into your DAW, right? I set that buffer speed down to 32. I'm going to bump this up to 4. Matter of fact, I'm going to do it to 5. And I'm going to show you, it should hit at the beginning. Now, it depends on your external gear. My MP is normally set to 4 or 5. Okay? And always make sure you have your, whatever, you got a mono. This is a stereo track that I'm transferring over. Now here we go. Put that record over to here. All right, I'm gonna stop it. All right, you see how I got a little closer? Look. See that? See how I moved a little closer? It's a little bit more closer, right? See if I can stretch it out a little bit more. See that thing right there is right here. That first wave right there. Is a little close over, right? Would you agree? I know it is. Because I can see it. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more so y'all can see that. Yeah, you can see that. I'm looking on the camera. I can see it right now. Let me do it a little more tighter for y'all. Okay, now, I'm going to go ahead and make another test. Duplicate that. Kill this. And I'm going to call it test 2. And you do this. Make sure you do it so you can see it. All right, now I'm going to go back into my buffer. And now I'm going to go up 6. Matter of fact, 7. I'm going to do 7. Went up 2. Set my record over here. Come back. All right, I'm gonna stop right there. Can you see that? See where the wave, it moved closer, right? You got it? It would be on the money. So for me, it would be 7 versus the 4 I set up. I hope that makes sense to y'all. You got any questions? Leave me a comment and I'll try to respond. But that's what it is. So I'm going back to 4 because everything, if I leave it on 7, that means I gotta shift everything. I gotta shift everything back. I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna kill this. I hope that makes sense. Let me delete that. I'm gonna delete this. Hold up. All right, that was my test. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do this one now, but I'm gonna go back in and set it to what I had. Set it back down to 4 because when I shift everything, that's gonna be off. So I'm gonna leave it back the way it was. Now I would just go ahead and normally set that right, but when I was messing around, I had my dogs in here, and I was supposed to set it back, but I didn't, and I did all these tracks, and I'm not messing around with that. But most of them already hitting. You can tell right there. Boom, that's hitting. That's it. Just a little tiny off, but I can shit. All I gotta do is take this drum, highlight all of them. Oh, my bad, y'all. I don't think you can see that. All right, let me just set it right there. All right, that's cool right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish tracking in. If for some reason you can't get it to hit exactly where you want, if your sequence is 2 bars, play it out to 4 bars and take the second 2 bars, take the second side. So this is 2 bars from here to here, right? Take this part and see if it line up, because sometimes the system got to catch up. So I'm okay right now. So I normally would go, well, I would play it out to here. Take this second part. I would play this all the way out to here. Let me just do it over just to show you so you know what I'm talking about. I would normally go. Three. And I'll stop. I'll come right here and take that second part. Alright? But I'm good because I got no no lag there. Alright? So I do that. Now I'm gonna move on to the next sequence. Y'all can just watch what I do from here. I'm going to the next one. I got 3 more to do. And every track, I'm muting certain tracks in the sequencer on my MPC 2000. I'm muting them and only playing 1 track at a time. Right now, I'm on my melody loop that I played in Ableton and transferred it. If you watch the other video, I transferred it to my MPC. So now I'm coming back out of MPC. I did the sequence and now I'm putting it back in here and putting it into my DAW. Alright? So let me go ahead and copy this. Let me duplicate this. Get rid of that. And this will be considered still a verse. But it's going to be sequence 7. Nope. Let me get this right, Rock, to get confused. It's very easy to get confused. Alright, so then I'll go, boom. I'm going to play it just to hear it. So I added that. Alright, so I'm come back here. Make sure my record level's right. And it will be best if you're an Ableton user or any DAW is to name it so that way this wave file will be named the exact same thing, which is right here. I need to change this to sequence 6 verse 2 versus verse 1. Oh, fuck. Shit. Sample 1. GD Frost 3. Sequence 6. Second verse. Alright. So I'm going to have this here is already named. Let me just make sure. Sequence 7, verse 2. Alright, that's cool. See that like that. You got the record on. Now I'm gonna go ahead and record it. And the difference is, sounds the same, but the difference is the last part. So this one is ain't nothing on the end, right? This is the difference. Hear that? Alright, so move on to the next one. I think I got another sequence. It's 12. Turn my volume up on my device. This is my last. Well, let me see what this is. I got a little sloppy on my MPC. I wasn't naming things. So that sequence there is a no-no. So I'm going to go ahead and jump to this one, which I know is a go. And this is a 4-bar sequence. Make sure you look at your sequences. Remember what you recorded. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and name this sequence 8. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to duplicate it. Kill that. It'll be sequence 8. I'm going to name this the bridge. It's going to be my bridge right here. Right? So I'm going to go ahead and set my record. And I'm going to make sure this sound is loud enough. I got to go in my mixer real quick on my device. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and record that. Now what I need to do is I got to come back over to here and name this so I'll know that this is 4 bars. Because when I go to mixing and all that, arranging, I'll get confused. So I need to go say 4 bars. The rest of them are 2. And they all going to be 4 bars, but I played them in 2 and I'm just going to double them up, loop them. Duplicate them. Alright, so I know that's right. So I need to come over to here real quick. Four bars. Alright. Go ahead and slide this over. If you don't know, set your grid. My grid is, I got the grid off, but I'm going to put on 16. Matter of fact, I'll put on 8 notes. So that way to lock in. Alright? Just to double check. I'm going to see how that hit. Good. Alright? Makes sense? I hope it does. I hope it helps y'all, man. So that will be it. And here's the I normally just go back and play it. I'm gonna solo each thing. I'm gonna go ahead and turn my loop on. I'm gonna move this over. And I'll play each one. I'll turn down my device, my MPC, because I'm not doing that anymore. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and turn off my my MIDI clock. That way I ain't gotta worry about turning this down, so I'm good. And I'm just gonna play them back. If there's any clipping, I'll go ahead and put my fade in. Right? That's the overlay. It's supposed to be an overlay with this. Over there, the next one. Here it comes. All right. Sequence 2, right? It was sequence 3. This will be my breakdown. That's the breakdown into the next sequence, will be sequence 4. I'm gonna bring the drums back in. turned the click on just to make sure see it's hitting right. It's hitting good to me. I hear that slight off, so I'm gonna shift it. Like I told you, I'm gonna shift all these over. I'm gonna highlight all these and shift it over just that one notch. But in order to do that, you gotta take your grid off. Take your grid off, and then you can shift it. For those who don't know that. All right. Seven. Sequence number 7. And here's that 4 bar. All right. And that's it. That's the track. That's the track. Now I can go ahead and finish up the rest of the thing. Put my bass line in there. I'll go ahead and throw the bass line in there, right? I'll go ahead and throw the bass line in there. And no, I'm not going to put the bass line in there. I'm going to take this sound right here. Let me get it. I'm going to take that sound right there. And I'm going to transfer that from the MPC over into my EPS 16. And I'm going to freak it up in there. And then bring it back, not back into the MPC. I'm going to bring it back into the computer. I'm going to track out from the EPS 16 Plus into the computer. And then I'm going to go ahead and probably put some low pass filters in and out on it. I know I can do that in Ableton. But this here got some amazing effects on here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I want to thank you for watching. My name is Granddaddy Frost.